Well, at least Sax is dead. Hey, what's up and hello? This is the Chris Nicole giving you my views on life, love, and the world of entertainment through my eyes. And this is my review on Power Book 2 Ghost, Season 3, Episode 9, A Last Gift. Okay, so let's get into it. Both Tyreek and Kane are at David's office, and Tyreek is actually looking for his mother and sister whereabouts. But again, I could have sworn that Tamika knows where they are, which is the black female attorney. So I don't know why he's looking there, knowing that he could contact her. But okay. So Kane confronts Tariq, and Tariq repeats himself again about the same stuff that Lauren was not a threat. But then his dumbass swings on Kane, which I don't know why, because we know Tariq's sheltered ass doesn't know how to fight. I mean, he knows how to pick up a weapon, but fist fight, like street fighting, come on now. Like Tariq, you're gonna lose every time, especially for against someone like Kane. Like I didn't understand that. He got his ass whooped. He swinged, he missed. Kane was almost about to destroy him. Luckily, Davis saved Tariq. So Davis talks to Tariq about how they are legally cleared because Theo acted on his own. Tariq says during his search he found a police report, and Davis shows him a police report saying um, it look like this pretty much. So Tariq says, "Look, I'm looking through Sack's stuff. All I found is this police report." And Davis says, "Does it look like this?" Tariq says, "Yes." So apparently, this police report is regarding Whitman, and it was to protect Monet. But my thing is this, Davis, why are you running your mouth to Tariq? You're telling him too much information. I mean, I understand that he's your client as well, but shut up. Like, stop talking. So with that, Davis says, if Sachs knew about him holding this file or report, then the feds have to know, which means they're screwed. So Effie is in the interrogation room and she is screaming, lawyer, lawyer, attorney, attorney. They can't get anything out of her. Jenny and Blanca get a page and they find out Sax is gone. And now all of a sudden, Jenny wants to cry like she is so hurt. Girl, bye. And then she says Sax sacrificed his life for them. He sacrificed his life for them. How, Sway? How? How did he sacrifice his life for them? Sax is about Sax. Jenny's about Jenny. I don't see where the sacrifice came in at. But okay. So Brayden meets up with Kane, and in the process of Kane driving towards Brayden, Brayden clearly sees that Kane is not stopping. He's going full speed ahead. Instead of him running and getting out of the way, he stands there like a dumbass. And literally, Kane opens up his Range Rover door at full speeds and hits Brayden. So, in the process of that, Kane pretty much tells Brayden that Lauren is still alive. And he's like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? But first things first, I need to go to the hospital. Okay. So Monet gets a letter from Sachs. And I'm sorry, this little chain letters of Sachs, I don't know. That just kind of threw me off. Because one, the first thing it says in the letter is, if you got this, that means I'm dead. Who sent out these letters then? Who sends them? Who does Sachs know that was sending out these letters? Sachs doesn't have any friends. Like, who sent out these damn letters? But let me continue. So, Monet gets a letter from Sachs, apparently, saying that, he wrote this letter and he tells Monet that Tyreek is working with the feds. And so Diana ends up walking in while Monet's reading this letter. And Diana's like, well, mom, maybe it is true. Maybe it is true. You don't know. And Monet's like, bullshit. Tariq is not with the feds. But at the same time, she says, stay cool and find out what you can possibly find out and to see if he is the feds or not. So Braden is in the hospital due to his Range Rover door injuries. And Tariq continues to treat Braden like he's a workhorse and tells him to get up and do something at this point. Like, you just got to scratch. You all right. Like, get your ass up because we got work to do. Braden, open up your eyes at this point. Like, you need to really, I almost can guarantee if Braden really took all of his strength, he can whoop Tariq's ass. Like, come on, Braden. Like, be a man. So, okay. So here's another thing. I'm sorry, but I just don't know anyone who has a flip phone anymore. Lauren has a flip phone. Can you even buy flip phones anymore? Like, where the hell are flip phones? Flip phones are so like 90s, early 2000s. But anywho, Tariq calls Lauren. She's about to text Tariq, but then at the same time, Tariq calls her and he decides to leave a message, a voicemail message to Lauren and says, why are you going ghost on me? They roped up Effie. Are the feds coming for us as well? Well, dummy, you should just automatically assume that, but why would you leave a voicemail message? Come on. Like, and again, if the feds have her, they should be able to track everything coming in and out of her phone. Who's calling, who's leaving messages. Like, she's the top witness. Like, okay, let me keep going. So, anywho, Evelyn confronts Monet about Drew killing Gordo. Evelyn says she's coming to Monet as a mother, pleading to find out where Gordo is. And honey, Evelyn, you came to the wrong heifer. That wicked witch, that she-devil, she ain't no mother. Just because you push people out your womb don't make you a mother. And maybe I need to have a conversation about this because this whole entire episode just goes to show that just because you have to sometimes accept that your mother or your father or both ain't shit. Sorry. Some people are just, even though they had you, they're not meant to be mothers or fathers. Sometimes you just gotta accept that. Your parents ain't shit. And Monet is definitely one of those people. Coming as a mother, she's all about herself. Her kids are collateral damage to her, collateral to her. Like, she don't give a shit about them. So anywho, with that, Evelyn pretty much makes a subliminal threat. And I was hoping it was going to be a war between them because I feel like the Tejadas need some type of person or group that is stronger than them. In every situation, they've been able to slither their way through. I need someone who's stronger than them and more dangerous than them to come after them, especially Monet. So the guy with the horrible accent, I don't know what his name is, but he has a horrible accent, is taking out someone's teeth and I guess clamping his jaws with like tools and stuff. And Tariq is begging for him to give them more time for whatever and says that, please, stall Noma for us. And he's like, why would I do that? And so for the most part, Tariq says, if I get you the green cards, because he says that Noma's trying to get his family green cards to come to the U.S. So Tariq's like, if I get you those green cards, would you stall her? And so he's like, you have 72 hours. I don't know if I would necessarily trust them, but okay. So Tariq, of course, goes to Shady Tate and tries to ask for an assist as far as the green cards are concerned. And Tate says he needs to know more about the Weston Holdings and if they are legit or not. Tariq lies. Tate knows it, and he pretty much puts a plan in motion to take down Weston Holdings for his campaign. I don't know how that's going to be a good look for you, Tate, but, good luck with that. So Effie meets with Davis, and she pretty much says she wants someone to go to bat for her because Davis is almost coming off as in, look, you're going to lose this, but let's try to figure out how much time you can possibly get. Let's try to reduce your time. And she's like, hell no, I want somebody to go to bat for me. And she pretty much says, based on your little bottle, dranky drank, because she can smell the liquor on him. She's like, yeah, I don't know if you're the right attorney for me. So, Effie's pride is at an all-time high, but we clearly know that. So Davis pretty much leaves and is like, okay, well, you're on your own. Good luck. So the FBI is at Weston Holding, and Lucas, the uncle, of course, is missing in action, and he ran like a little bitch. And Braden protects Kiki and puts everything on his uncle. Child, I wouldn't protect Kiki. Sorry. She was just as much of a snake, just like your uncle in a situation. So Kiki must have some great freaky tales, because there is no way in the world I would have been protecting her, but he wants to protect her. So Jenny and Blanca are talking, and another mysterious sax letter shows up. They confront Davis and try to apply pressure on him to break, and Davis gets all of this bass in his voice and says, F you, don't blame me for shit. If you want to blame anyone for Sax's death, look in the mirror. Which is true, and honestly, Sax can blame himself for his own death. But just a side note, I mean, of course we know, Method Man is playing Davis, but I'm sorry, when Method Man / Davis got that bass in his voice, did anyone just get a vibe of the early 90s with the cash rules everything around me, Creed get the money, dollar dollar bill, y'all? All I heard was that when he had that bass in his voice. I was just in my mode. I was like, this is Method Man. This is like Wu-Tang Method Man. I don't know. Maybe that's just me being that 90s baby, remembering that good old hip hop. But all I heard was cream in my head when he was doing that. So moving on. Tariq and Braden. Here's another scene. And I'm sorry. I am tired of Tariq in every line calling Braden bro. Bro, 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 bro. Come on, bro, bro. Oh my gosh, shut the hell up. Seriously. I'm so tired of that bro shit. It's annoying at this point. But anywho, Tariq has the audacity to tell Braden that they have to, which he really means Braden has to kill his uncle. If it's that necessary, Tariq, then do it yourself. You know what I mean? Because I mean, your father didn't have a problem doing his dirty work when he needed to, or if he felt like someone else didn't do it, he would do it. But at the same time, I think he wants Braden to do it so he can have shit on him. Because I'm like, at this point, just do it. But again, Braden, I'm gonna need you to man up. Because at this point, you truly are looking like Tariq's lapdog, and he uses bro to weaken your ass because you really think you guys are brothers. And that is not the case. So Braden goes to his family, and his father gets a visit from the FBI, and they want to talk to Braden's father. And before Braden's father leaves, he says something like, the hard thing is usually he said the hard thing is sometimes the only thing you can do. And because of that, Braden, I think Q was that he should, I guess, kill his uncle after his father said that. Child, I guess. So Lucas contacts the DEA and snitches and says, look into Crash Coin, and he wants immunity. Meanwhile, Kiki feels running would be the only option for her. And Braden, of course, is like, you got to trust me. Do you know where he is? Like, I won't do the things that he did to you. Just let me know what's going on. I don't feel sorry for Kiki. Sorry, I just don't. So moving on to that. So Drew creates a plan to gas Gordo's family. So what happened was, after the exchange between Evelyn and Monet, Kane is in there, and we see that Drew was in there, and Drew pretty much says, look, I'm gonna have to handle this myself because this is the shit that I created. So just so happens the whole family, or what we think is the whole family, is in the restaurant, and Kane and Drew devise a plan to pretty much shut everything up, where they lock them into the actual restaurant, and they gas them, and they pretty much kill them with gas, or at least they pass out, because Evelyn isn't all the way dead yet. But here's my thing. Again, we literally see them do the whole gas thing, which was actually a very pretty, effective, smart plan. However, we all of a sudden see they put gas masks on, and as they're opening up the restaurant again to make sure that everybody is dead, or at least halfway dead, We see cars passing by like it's nothing. And I'm like, again, if you guys are going to do this, make sure, I'm sorry, but I'm like, this is not realistic, even in New York. I know New Yorkers mind their own business, but at a certain point, like, they're going to see these random guys doing all this stuff to this restaurant and coming with gas masks. It just didn't make any sense. But anywho, Drew and Kane go in there, and of course, the only one who's still somewhat alive is Evelyn. Drew says, I'm sorry. He made me do it. I had to do it. And Evelyn tells him before she passes that it was your mama. It was your mama who wanted your father gone. She's the one who wanted Papi dead, okay? So literally with that, Drew starts thinking, oh shit, because of course, why would Evelyn lie about this when she knows she's about to die anyways? So he kills her. And then next thing Kane's like, did she say anything to you? And Drew's like, no. So Diana goes to Tariq wondering where their relationship will be between them if she moves out of state. And Diana, Tariq doesn't care. Okay? He said, do what is best for you. Girl, move on. He never wanted you. Oh my gosh, like I hate seeing a black woman play second fiddle. Like, girl, he didn't want you. So anywho, R and J calls Tariq and says, you piece of shit, when were you gonna tell me that Tate whistled to the SEC? And Tariq says he will fix it. And Diana, when Tariq is leaving his room, sneaks into Tariq's room and finds the police report that has Lorenzo's information on it. And so the kids are all at that condo and they're starting to figure out that their mother is a wicked bitch. And of course, we knew this, but I'm glad they're finally realizing it. And that she is responsible for their father's death. And the showdown goes on. They all confront their mother at the house. Of course, now I will say this. She definitely gave some valid points about the father because she said, your father didn't want you to go to Stanfield because he wanted you to get out. Because if that's the case, he wouldn't have you selling on the side. I actually agree with that, which is why I said some people just need to accept the fact that both parents ain't shit. I personally feel both of them ain't shit, Monet and Lorenzo. But at the same time, she was doing that to try to manipulate the situation. Let me tell you something. Diana went off on her and Drew had to hold her back, but that was so fake because if she really wanted to get to her mother, she could. But at the end of the day, she's like, Ma, you full of shit. And then Monet tries to charge Diana, and even Drew is like, back up, don't put your hands on her. Like, it's going down. So at this point, I'm trying to figure out what's going to happen because she says at the end, I don't need y'all. Shit. You don't? You don't? You don't need them? See, this is what I'm saying. That collateral damage, like she has made them do so much stuff on her behalf. So then if anything goes down, she can point the finger at them. Just like Tariq does with Brayden. So this is why I'm saying like that's why she trusts Tariq so much because they both evil asses at the end of the day. So Brayden decides to kill his uncle by doing it in the most public way, tossing him over a balcony. Smart, Brayden. Very smart. Not, but still. Okay, we'll see how that goes down as far as if there's any witnesses to it. So Kane tries to help Effie by saying, put all of this on Tariq. And Effie, again, her pride and her self-sabotage pretty much says, this is a decision that she's going to make, not Kane, not Tariq. And Kane actually looks hurt and gives her a good old F you before he leaves. But he looks really hurt because I think he truly cared for her and he was really trying to save her so they can kind of have their Bonnie and Clyde moment. So here we go. So 2-Bit comes back, okay? Just randomly, just straight out of the dark, like a freaking serial killer character. He comes out and says, he's threatening. He got a Saks letter as well. and pretty much says, I need to add to what you already owe me. Give me 100 bands on top of that. And Tariq's like, dude, I don't have it. So he says, okay, fine. Give me your car and you can take mine. He was like, that is if you don't want anyone to shoot your mother. So pretty much with that, Tariq agrees to it, gets the letter that Saxe apparently sent to Bit. Child, these letters were annoying me. But anywho, with that, Tariq calls Tamika and says, look, I need extra protection for my family immediately because someone knows where they are. And he goes to see his mother, Yasmin, and his grandmother, which I'm curious because where are they where he could get to them that damn fast? So Yasmin actually sees Tariq, and all of a sudden, Tommy shows up ready to get his Scarface on and kills everyone. So with that, Tommy ends up going into the house and has a gun to Tasha. Tariq is in the house at this point, and Tariq is trying to protect his mother. So they're pretty much having a showdown. Next thing you know, Tommy ends up killing one of the agents, and then all of a sudden, someone, which I'm gonna assume is Tasha, hits Tariq upside the head because she pretty much didn't want him to get hurt. Next thing you know, Tariq wakes up in the hospital, and Tamika's like, someone hit you on top of the head. You have a severe head injury. You know, they said the agent said they heard a man threaten your mother, and she pretty much tells him your mother is missing, but your grandmother and your sister are safe. So with that, the episode ends. I will say this though, as far as outside of the show, the characters, one thing about Power is that they try to keep their people employed as much as possible. Because remember, Tasha Naturi, I think that's how you pronounce her name, she was on that Queen show and it got canceled. So they're probably bringing her back because at this point, you know, she doesn't have that show, so bring her back. I love that. That just shows loyalty and you know, can keep her paid. I guess as well as 2-Bit too. But hell, that was the same reason why I couldn't stand their loyalty when it came to Saxe, because I just felt like Saxe was around too long for all of the grimy shit that he was doing. But you gotta respect the loyalty, you know what I mean? Because it's hard out here for actors. So hey, at the end of the day, if it's helping them get paid, fine. Just make the storylines more realistic. That's all I'm asking. But it was good to see Tommy. It was good to see Tasha. So we'll see where that leads. I'm wondering if Tasha now is going to be on Force or if she's going to stay on Power Book 2. Because if Tommy did take her, where does that leave her in Chicago? So I'm curious to see how that's going to go. Anywho, that was my review on Power Book 2 Ghost. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you on my next video. Peace.